Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Issei was Stardargan King and save himself from Raynare? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content, and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the TheBlackFairyKnight for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story. Link in the description. In an unknown space, we see a blue dragon flying across a sea made of nothing. This dragon's name was Veldonava, the oldest true dragon, the Star King Dragon and Will of God. He is currently watching the Cardinal world where he sees a war. The name of this war was the Great Tenma War. A bit before this, Veldonava was visited by the slime Rimuru. Rimuru managed to get all angelic skills and become the new god of the world. After this, Rimuru defeated both the angel Feldway as well as the destroyer Evarage. Veldonava was asking himself what he should do because a new god was born. He decided to reincarnate himself into a human body in another world where he will get his powers in a near-death experience, or when he turns years old. He will be there as himself to explain his reincarnation, everything about his powers and skills. He at first wanted to take his wife and daughter with him but decided against it because his wife is dead and he didn't want to go between her rest. He then wanted to take his daughter with him but saw how happy she is with Rimuru and decided that he will leave her in his care. He could come and meet her after he gets his power because he is literally the will of God. And with that, the Star King Dragon reincarnated himself as the boy known as Issei Hayadu, and after he gets his power Issei Nava. We see the perverted beast of Issei Hayadu peeping on the Kendo Club with his friends. After the Kendo Club sees Issei and the perverted trio, they beat him into a pulp. Issei was laying in the grass. After the beat down, he sees a crimson-haired girl. He looks at him and then returns to the room of the old school building where Orc is located. After school was done, Issei Hayadu wanted to go home, and went over a bridge where he heard a voice call out of him. "Yuma, are you Issei Hayadu?" A voice called out to him. It was a cute black-haired girl with a school uniform Issei didn't recognize. "Oh my god, look at that beauty! And look at her ass," Issei thought at the sight of this girl. "Yes. I am Issei Hayadu. Why?" Issei said and ogled the girl a bit more. "Ah, good, my name is Yuma Amano." The girl now named Yuma introduced herself to the brown-haired perverted beast of Hayadu. "But why do you want to know that?" Issei asked this to Yuma. "I watched you for a while now because I kinda like you and wanted you to know if you want to go out with me," Yuma said and asked Issei. "Of course I want to go out with you." Issei answered her question. "Ah, okay, when are we going to on a date?" Yuma asked Issei. At Sunday in the mall, is that okay for you?" Issei said and asked at the same time. "That is okay for me, Issei-kun." Yuma said. "Thank you, Yuma-chan." Issei answered. At Ko Academy, a bit before the talk. At Ko Academy in the old school building, we see a red-haired busted beauty. Next to her was a black-haired girl. The black-haired girl looked around the same age as the red-haired who had a slightly larger bust size. That boy, something feels off about him. Maybe a sacred gear? What do you think, Akino? The red-haired beauty said, talking to the black-haired girl now known as Akino. "Arabucho, are you interested in him?" Akino asked the red-haired girl. "Yes, we need power in the peerage to beat Riser and break the engagement," the redhead said. "Maybe, but what about that other Kohai? What was his name?" "Right, Tomoki Kamida. That was his name," Akino asked. "Yes, but I don't know which one I should reincarnate," the red-haired said. Rias Senpai Issei had made contact with the fallen angels, a white-haired girl said. "Good work, Kaneko." "What about Tomoki Kiba?" Rias asked a blonde-haired boy named Kiba Yuto. "Tomoki Kamida has made contact with the fallen angel," Kiba said. "Good, now we just need to wait till they summon me so I can revive them," Rias said. At Sunday o'clock at the mall, we see Issei at the mall in a nice outfit waiting for Yuma. He sees a girl coming up to him who seems to be a cosplayer. She gave him a flyer with a crest and a text saying, "We will make your wish come true." Hell, what? Issei thought. "Issei-kun, did you wait for me long?" Yuma came and asked this question. "No, I just came here," Issei replied and put the flyer in his pocket. "Okay, Issei-kun," Yuma said and tuned his arm to drag him around. After the little date where they did a lot of things together, it was around evening when they arrived at the park and Yuma asked Issei a question. "Issei-kun, after this date I wanted to ask you a question," Yuma said. "Okay, ask away, Yuma-chan," Issei answered. Coming close to Issei, Yuma said, "Will you die for me?" "What do you mean?" Issei asked. Will you die for me? Yuma said again. After saying this, she flew up and grew wings, and her outfit changed to a tight leather one. When the transformation was done, Yuma formed a light spear and threw it at Issei, gut stabbing him. If you want to blame anybody, blame God who put the sacred gear in you, Yuma said, and after that she flew away, letting Issei lay on the ground. I don't want to die, Issei thought, and was sucked into his mindscape. There he saw a person with black hair and black dragon horns. Hello, my reincarnation, the mysterious man said. Hello, my reincarnation, the mysterious man said. My reincarnation? What is this guy talking about? I was about to die and now he is talking such crap, Issei thought. My, you have a rather loose tongue, don't you? The man stated. Wait, how do you know what I thought? Issei asked. We are in your mind after all, so everything you think is going to directly to my own brain so I can hear them. The man said. Wait, who are you? Issei asked. I am the true creator deity. I was the one who created everything in existence. My name is Veldonava. The now named Veldonava said. Wait, you are the one who created everything? But why are you in my mind then? Issei asked these questions after hearing Veldonava introduce himself. I am here because I am your precarnation or your past life simply, Veldonava said, but you don't seem surprised that I proclaimed myself as the creator of all things. Veldonava added, I was just killed by the first girl who asked me on a date after she grew wings and threw a spear made out of light. So you proclaiming yourself isn't that surprising for me, Issei said. I think meeting a person who proclaims himself as the creator is more shocking than what he said before. Veldonava thought, but what do I gain by being your reincarnation? Issei asked. You gain all my power and all my memories. Veldonava said. My power include the power to create, destroy and do everything you want to do basically. Veldonava explained. I also have a daughter who you can visit in the first or named the cardinal world. Veldonava added and continued. I also have 5 siblings whose names are Velzard, Velgrind, Veldora, Rimuru and Velgea, or known in your world as Great Red. Veldonava continued. They are all known as true dragons and I am also known as the first true dragon of them all. Veldonava went on with his explanation. Wait, you are a dragon? And dragons exist? Issei asked. Of course they do. Everything you thought was a myth exists in real life, Veldonava said. And you have a sacred gear which a dragon is sealed in. He added, a sacred gear? Yuma also talked about it. What is a sacred gear? Issei asked his past life self. A sacred gear is a weapon with power that only human or part human can be born with. Some are stronger than other. The 13 strongest are called the Longinus. Veldonava explained. You have one of the Longinus. It is called the boosted gear. The Welsh dragon, which is sealed inside the boosted gear, is called Y.Drag. Gotch. Veldonava added. And what power does the boosted gear have? Issei asked. It has the power to double your power every 10 seconds until you have reached your limit of boost. It can boost anything you want. You will talk with the dragon inside so you can unlock more powers of Drag. Veldonava said. Okay. Issei replied. But I have to give you my power now and after that I will cease to exist. Veldonava said. Wait, what? Issei asked. Yeah. We will merge and I will become a part of you so I won't exist anymore. Veldonava said. But please visit my daughter sometimes. You will also look like me, but please take care of all of my family. Veldonava added. Yeah. I will. Issei said. Okay, I will start the process now. Veldonava said. Yes, please do. I think my head is going to hurt. Issei said. You will get more answers later. When you talk to Drag, a few of the faction leaders and somebody I know from my past. Veldonava said. So the leaders of the different mythologies' leaders will want to talk to me? Issei asked. Yeah, after we merge you will release a lot of aura that is exactly like mine, so you will have to talk to them. Veldonava explained. Okay, but I wanted to ask something. The brunette said. Yeah, what is it? Veldonava asked. Can I call myself Issei Nava after we merge? Issei asked Veldonava. Of course you can, you will be part of my family. Veldonava replied. Thank you, but I think we will still need Satric the process. Issei said. Yes, we will now. Veldonava said. After this, Issei and Veldonava both fell on the floor with a massive headache. On the outside world, Issei's almost dead body turned into an exact replica of how Veldonava looked while they had a conversation. Issei's body leaked an aura of stardust magic. In the different realms of the supernatural world, all leaders felt the aura and recognized the aura as that of the true creator. Then wanted to send him an invitation to have a conversation. But on a mountain of Nepal, which is the highest mountain in the world called the Mount Everest, we see a young girl with midnight black hair, and her body was that of a lowly. When she felt the aura, she remembered her past when she still lived in the cardinal world. After feeling the aura, she turned into an older version with bigger curves. She remembered when she was in the cardinal world looking at the true creator, and felt this feeling that she didn't know what it is, but she felt good. After a while she figured out that this feeling was love, but when she saw him again, he had a human with him, and a little child. She felt his aura in the young girl, and her heart shattered into a few million pieces. But when she felt that aura again, she moved directly to him, and thought something on the way. I am coming, Veldonava, the girl thought. After the leak of Issei's aura in the underworld, there we see the new Satans in a meeting that was called on short notice. So you all felt it as well? Surzex asked. Yes. I believe all people who knew Veldonava recognized the aura of him. Ajuka Beelzebub stated. Indeed. But I am worried where the aura was located. Falbium Asmodeus stated. Yes, it was located where our sister rules, Xchan. Seraphal stated. I know. I am worried about Rias. She doesn't know it is him, so if she tries to order her because of her spoiled nature, Surzex was cut off by his wife. She would die if she does that. Veldonava-sama hated being told what to do by everyone other than Lucia. Graphia stated. Exactly, said Surzex. Well, Sonatan has manners, so I am not worried for her. Seraphal said. The only thing I'm worried is that she will see him as a threat because of his power and attack him. Let's just hope that she won't do that. Ajuka said, and Falbium agreed to his words. In heaven, all of heaven's seraphs were sitting at a big white and gold table in a circle. Did you all feel that, brothers? Grandpa is back. Gabriel shouted in excitement. Yes, he is Gabriel. We should make contact as soon as possible. Michael said, trying to calm his overly happy sister. His aura was in Ko, which is a devil territory. So they will make contact first. Uriel stated. Yes, but Veldonava doesn't favor any race more than the others, so he won't make a deal with them. And Precursora isn't going to work, he can erase them with a snap of his fingers. Raphael replied to Uriel's statement. But why did Dad hate dragons when he saw one as his own father? Because Veldonava created him. Gabriel asked. Father hated the normal dragons. He liked the true dragons and dragon gods because they knew Veldonava and are born like him through concepts created by Veldonava. He thinks normal dragons are just copies who got a bit power from Veldonava and think too highly of themselves now. That's why he hates them. Michael answered his sister question. Thank you for that explanation, brother. Gabriel thanked Michael. No problem, little sister. In Grigori, the same sitting arrangement as the seraph was found in Grigori with the cadre. Whoa! The big guy himself is back. Azazel stated. Indeed he is, and it came from K. Shemhazai said. K. There is a Kino. Barakil said in worry about his daughter. Calm down, Barakil. Veldonava never killed without reason. Penemu said to Barakil to lessen his worry about his daughter's life. Why is he back now? I wanted to start a new great war. Kokabil the crack elf thought. You saying that because you think so, Penemu, or because you like Veldonava? Azazel joked. Off, Azazel! Penemu shouted at him. At any rate, we will wait till he talked with the devils, and then I will take to him. Azazel said. I will come with you to see him, Azazel. Penemu said. Okay, you can. Was the reply from Azazel. In a part where a body was just lying in his own blood was standing, there was now a foot guy with black hair and black dragon horns. This guy was Issei Hayadu, or now Issei Nava. He is the reincarnation of Veldonava, the true creator of the world. He looked at his hands and saw the power flowing out of him. What is this power? Issei said out loud. Is this the power I got from Veldonava? Issei continued. Yes, it is. My partner. A strange voice said in his head. Wait, who are you? Issei asked the strange voice. Just think what you want to say. But to your question, I am the dragon sealed in your sacred gear. My name is Y. Drag, Gotch. The dragon in his head said, so you are the dragon in the boosted gear. Issei thought to the dragon, yes, but I never thought that I will have the reincarnation of the creator as my host. Drake said, same, it just was a surprise that I am the reincarnation of the true creator deity himself. Issei thought to him, yeah, but there is a big energy coming towards you. Drake told his host. After Drake said that a black energy ball came towards him and landed in front of Issei. Out of the ball came a black-haired busted girl with black eyes. Hello Veldonava, it is good to see you again. The black-haired said to Issei, yeah, nice to see you to Ophus, but I am not Veldonava. I am his reincarnation. Issei replied to her, his reincarnation, huh? So he didn't take your body, but what did I expect from him? Ophus said, I am both. I have a piece from myself and his inside my soul. Issei said, but it is nice to see you again, Veldonava. Ophus said, my new name is Issei. Issei Nava, so please just call me Issei or Issei or Issei-kun. I don't really care, you know. Issei said, okay, Issei-kun. Ophus said to Issei, at Ku Academy right now, we see Rias Grammary in the old school building panicking because Issei didn't summon her. She also feels two powerful auras coming from there, and to add that there was a massive aura leak after Kaneko reported that Issei and Yuma arrived at the park and Yuma should have killed him. Bucho? Why didn't he summon you till now? Akino asked. Maybe he didn't remember it, but that would mean that he is dead. Rias answered Akino, but I am more concerned about that aura right now. Rias said, I already revived Tomoki with my pawn pieces, but what about that surge of power? Rias thought, I am going to call Big Brother about this. Rias said, after a conversation between Rias and Surzex where she asked what that power burst is, I will come to the orc so we can go together to the park so I can talk to that person. Surzex said, oh, and please get Sona too. Surzex added, why? Rias asked, you will see. Was Surzex's reply, okay, I will. Rias said, after Sona was brought alongside her peerage. Minutes after Sona came, a magic circle was opened inside the orc, and the 4 Satans came out of the circle. Wait, why are all of you here? Rias asked. Believe me, if the person in the Izen could to cause trouble, we would need more than us 4. Surzex said, yes, but Surzex feel who is with him in the park. Ajuka said, wait, Ophus? Surzex screamed, we need to go there now, Surzex. Seraphal said to Surzex and her fellow Satans, wait, 'cause mine and Sona's territory, so why can't we go to the park to investigate? Rias asked, that person isn't somebody you can beat, not all of us can do that together. I don't want you to be hurt, Rias. Surzex answered her, just let her be, she needs to know who that is. It is about time to tell her. Falbium said to Surzex, okay, if you want you can come with us, but please don't act rash if you don't want to die. Surzex said this slowly to his little sister, okay, I will. Rias replied to her, can I come to sister? Sona asked Seraphal, of course you can come to meet Veldokun. Seraphal replied to her question. While this conversation was going on, Issei erased the memories of his human parents, so they won't come in the crossfire of the things he is going to do. After the erasing of his parents' memories, Issei and Ophus talked about Ophus' crush as she was just a child. He said that with a bit of time they can do something about their relationship. The group of Rias' peerage, Sona's peerage, the 4 Satans and Surzex's Queen Graphia went to the park and saw the people, a tall male with black hair and dragon horns and a tall busted black-haired woman. He really is it. He came back. Surzex said, so you all came, huh? Nice to meet you again, little Zex. Issei said, Veldokun. Hello, it's nice to meet you again. Seraphal exclaimed loudly, nice to meet you again to Sarachan. Issei responded to her, but I am his reincarnation, not Veldonava himself. Issei added, wait, what? But how, you are the creator, how did you die? Surzex said, I was considered a threat by the system because I loved a being more than others, that's why I got my power drained and people saw a threat in me and then decided to kill me while I was weakened. Issei said, okay, that is a response, but what is your new name now? Ajuka asked Issei, my new name is Issei Nava. I was reincarnated as a human, and then either till I turn or a near death. Yeah, my new body is, so you get the idea. Issei responded to the question. Wait, Issei Nava was your former name, Issei Hayadu? Rias asked. Yes, but I erased their memory so they don't get caught in crossfire because I will do a few things that would turn people in the supernatural against him. Issei responded. But who is Veldonava and why do you know the four Satans? Sona asked these questions. I not only know the four Satans but all faction leaders. Well, if Azazel is ruling the fallen and Michael or Elohim the angels. Issei responded. Well, they do so you now all of the Bibical factions. Surzek said to him. Okay, but for your first question, Veldonava is the true creator deity, or the creator of all. The Star King Dragon. The first true dragon and the ruling sky dragon deity. Issei said. Wait, you are Sona asked? Yes, the true creator. You basically are all my children somehow. Issei interrupted her. Says the person who has a own biological child. Ophus said. Shut it, Ophus. Issei said. We could talk again tomorrow in the club room of the Orc because I need to go now and meet the other factions. Issei said. Bye-bye, Issei-kun. Seraphal said. But I want to give you something. She added. What is it? Issei asked. Seraphal ran towards Issei and gave him a on the cheek. Wait, what did you just do? Ophus exclaimed. Hee, I loved Veldonava even back then, so suck it. Seraphal said. HPHM. Ophus pouted. After that, Ophus ran towards the still broken Issei and gave him a on the lips. After their lips connected, Issei fall towards the floor and was a blushing mess. And his first is mine. Ophus said. Okay, but we need to go again, Ophus. Issei said. Bye-bye. Issei continued. Bye-bye, Issei-kun. Seraphal said. On the way to see the leaders of the fallen angels, Ophus asked Issei a question about what she wondered. What do you want to now after you got your entire powers back, Velkuin? Ophus asked. Nothing, I will chill my life and visit the cardinal world sometimes. Maybe I will also help the factions with a few situations. Issei answered the question asked by Ophus. Ophus understood the reason behind that answer because she also craves silence. She couldn't really blame him for just wanting to chill. Oh, we are almost there where Azazel is housing. Issei exclaimed to Ophus. Why is he living in K? Ophus asked Issei. How the FXCK should I know? Issei questioned back. Because you are the true God creator and know everything. Ophus answered. Oh right. He exclaimed. Akashic records open. Show me why Azazel is living in K. Issei said to his first ever partner. High Master. He is living in K because he wants to go away from his duties as the governor of the fallen angels. Akashic records said. Yes, I am making Akashic records like seal you if you don't like this. Thank you. Now that I think about it, I never gave you a proper name, I just always called you Akashic records. Okay, your name will be Minnie. Issei thought in his mind. Thank you, Master, from now on I will be Minnie, but if I am allowed to ask why did you name me this? Akashic records or now Minnie asked her master. Because it is a shorter version of the name Minerva, which is the Roman name of Athena, who is the goddess of wisdom and information. Issei said to his partner. Yes, I fact-checked this, I googled who is the goddess of information, and out came Minerva. Azazel is here because he wants to ignore his duties as the fallen angel governor. Issei answered Ophus' question after Gi's short chat with his partner. Okay. Thank you, Velkuin. Ophus answered her self-proclaimed lover. At Azazel's house. Oh, Veldonava is coming. Azazel thought. Wait, Veldonava is coming? Azazel opened a magic circle to call Penemu and told her to come to him. Penemu opened a portal to his position. So why did you wanted me to come here? Penemu asked her leader. Veldonava is coming here and I want you here with me because you said that you wanted to meet with him. Azazel answered the only female cadre her question. Wait, really? Penemu asked again. Yes, but I will be inviting Gabriel and Michael to so they see him again. Azazel explained. Without waiting for Penemu to answer, he opened the magic circle to call them both. After telling Gabriel and Michael what is going on, and convincing them to come see Veldonava and talk with him after such a long time. After they both agreed, 2 magic circles were opened in the house of Azazel, and Gabriel and Michael came out of them. So Grandpa is coming here, brother? Gabriel asked her brother Azazel. Yes, he is coming here to talk with me probably. Azazel answered his sister's question, with Issei and Ophus. Penemu came and Michael and Gabriel also came to Azazel. Interesting. Issei said. So a reunion with more family and Penemu, huh? Ophus said. Yep, plus we spare time because they are all together so we can talk with both of them, and don't need to go to heaven to explain it again. Issei answered Ophus. Shortly after that conversation they landed in front of Azazel's house, and knocked at the door of the house. After a good minutes of waiting, Azazel opened the door and let them into the living room where Gabriel, Michael, Penemu and Vala were waiting for them. It is nice to see you all again, my family, but there is somebody I don't recognize. Issei said. He is your great-great-great-grandson. He is the great-grandchild of Lucifer. Name is Vala Lucifer. Azazel answered Issei on what he just said. Oh, more family. Nice. Issei exclaimed happily. Thought it is sad that only Elohim is continuing my family tree. He added, Wait, what do you mean by that, Grandpa? Gabriel asked. He has a biological daughter, but she doesn't have children, so yeah. Ophus was the one who answered Gabriel's question. I had Melim in my past life, not this one. Issei clarified Ophus' statement. Wait, what do you mean by past life? Azazel was the one who asked the question this time. I am Veldonava's reincarnation, not himself. Back then, when I had Melim, the system saw me as a danger because I can't love one being more than the others, so it stripped me of my powers and a lot of mana was depleted because it went to my daughter. When that happened, a king decided I was a threat and killed me with his entire army. Later I decided to reincarnate myself into a human body. I would get my powers when I am more in danger, and the second case happened because I was almost killed by a fallen angel named Raynare. After I talked with the original Veldonava and he explained everything, my original body was changed into that of Veldonava, so I am both. Then Ophus came, we talked a bit, and the devils also came to talk to me. Issei explained everything that happened until now. Damn, that is quite a lot, huh? Azazel said. Wait, you were reborn as a human, you said? Do you also have a sacred gear now? Penemu ached. Yeah, I do. You want to talk yourself? Issei asked Drake. Moin, you crows and white dorks. Drake called out of the newly manifested boosted gear that was now on Issei's arm. After a lot of surprised faces by the faction leaders and Vala, white dragon wings with blue feathers made out of pure energy came out of Vala's back and a surprised voice called out, Drake, you are in Veldonava's reincarnation as his sacred gear? The new voice called out. This was the voice of Albion Gwyber, the White Dragon Emperor, and Drake's fated rival. Yo, I am, but I never thought you would be in a half-devil, mainly a Lucifer rival, Drake countered. It was shocking, but I think you have the greater luck here, rival. Albion said to Drake, who just chuckled in response. True, but even only being with him for like a few hours, he already is my strongest and kindest host ever. Drake said, That is enough. Now, my family, I would excuse myself if you don't have any other questions because I have another interrogation by Little Zek's sister. Issei said, interrupting the talk of the heavenly dragons. I wanted to ask something, grandfather. Michael said to Issei after Issei finished talking. What is it? Issei responded to Michael with this question. Would or do you favor any faction in this world? Michael asked his grandfather this question. Nope. I will just chill by myself and maybe do a few things here and there. I would be staying in Ku though. Issei asked his favorite grandson. After Issei's response, aura leaked from him and formed a girl with black hair and red eyes. This was the human form from Minnie. Master, we should go now. Minnie said to me. Really now? Oh, well then I guess that is goodbye for now, my family. Issei said. Bye-bye, Issei. Azazel said. Bye, grandfather. Gabriel and Michael conjoined. Bye, rival. Vala was the last to said bye. Penemu just came to Issei's side and ed him on the cheek and waved him of after that. Ophus, Issei and Minnie flew to one of Veldonava properties and cleaned it with magic. They went to bed and cuddled together, or rather Ophus and Minnie cuddled with Issei. It was a day after the family reunion of Issei and his family on his son's side. The next day we see Ophus on one side of Issei huging his right arm, and his left arm was occupied by Minnie. At o'clock Issei woke up and was ready to do bullshit, but he had to have a talk with a spoiled princess and her peerage. What should I do with them? Maybe I can just joke around a bit. Issei mused to himself. So it is time for your talk with the princess today on the afternoon, love? Ophus asked her lover. Yeah, but I am deciding what I should do after this. I mean, I am an all-powerful deity. Issei said to Ophus. True, maybe you should get back at the fallen angels. Ophus suggested. Maybe, but I am not vengeful. I will just go with the flow. Issei answered Ophus. After this conversation, Issei was dressed in his school uniform. Minutes after that, he went out to school and said goodbye to Ophus and Minnie. After a bit, Issei was at the front gate, and a lot of attention came to him. He heard the mutter around him clear as day. Is that a new transfer student? A random female asked. He is so hot. Asked a random girl who is blushing. Damn it, another pretty boy. A boy cursed. Off. I want to be left alone, Issei thought to himself. After that, Issei went to his classroom and went in it. When he walked into the room, nobody recognized him, and the teacher decided to ask something. I was not made aware that we would have a new transfer student. The teacher said. Who are you? The teacher continues. It is me. Issei Nava. Issei answered. Wait, what? The entire class screamed out. Shut up. I want to chill and get this over with. Issei said. Okay, Nava-san. The teacher said and instructed Issei to go to his seat. After the very long and boring lessons were over and it was time to go home. But before Issei could do something, the classroom door was opened by none other than the Prince of Ka. Yudo Kiba, or by the boys' side of the student body called the guy that doesn't know he has one but definitely has a harem. Can I have a moment of your time, Issei Nava-san, and invite you to the Orc Club? Our president want to talk to you. Yuto said. Yeah, okay. Issei answered him, after a lot of screaming by the students. Issei got up and went to the Orc room. I see you are finally here. Issei Nava-san. Era Akino said. Wait, are you also a member of the peerage? A guy named Tomoki Komeda asked Issei. No, I am not. But you know who I am. Issei asked Tomoki. Everybody knows how you look. No, because a lot of people are talking about you. Tomoki answered Issei. That is enough, Tomoki. Rias said after she came into the room. Now what do you want from me? Issei asked Rias. I just have 2 questions for you. Rias said. Then go for it. Issei demanded. He doesn't have a lot of time, so she wanted to hurry up. Firstly, I wanted to ask, how do you know my brother? Rias asked her question to Nava-san. I met him back when I visited this world and taking a break. I met him back then, and I also know your mother. Issei answered her question. Wait, you know my mother? Rias was asking Issei after hearing what Issei said. Yes, I know this lovely lady that is your mother. Issei answered her. By the way, how is she alongside Zeoticus? Issei asked. They had a divorce. Rias answered him. I see. Issei said. And my second question is, will you favor any faction? Rias answered her last question. No, I will not. I love almost all of my creations equally. Issei answered her. Wait, what do you mean? Why did you say my creations? Tomoki questioned him. I am the creator of all of you. The true creator deity is what I am referred as. Issei answered the pawn's question. Wait, so you have created us all, but how? Weren't you a normal human? Tomoki was dumbfounded. Yeah, that was my past life. I died and was reincarnated as a human. Through that I also got a sacred gear, but beside the point. I would gain my power again if I was or near death. Issei answered him again and all his question that he was wondering but didn't speak out loud. I see. Rias exclaimed. But Issei didn't want it to make this go longer than what time he lost now. Well, I am off. If you wanna say something, contact me. I think I will drop out of school. I mean, I am a deity that can chill live, and only if I need the evidence that I am good and smart I can just create it. Issei ranted off. I will, Issei. Bye-bye. Rias said. After that, Issei went to the principal and decided to drop out, and used magic so he doesn't question it. When that was done, Issei decided to go home and chill his own life. The next day after Issei dropped out of school, he chilled in his garden and was taking care of his flowers. Ophus came to him and rested on him after Issei was done with his flowers. Velkuin, what are we doing today? Ophus asked Issei her question. Don't know, maybe Rias will do something or I will go visit Venolana-san. Issei wondered out loud. After a bit of thinking he decided that he would visit Venolana close to night time. I will do that, but what about my little brother? Maybe I should visit him again. Issei thought out loud. Which of your 3 brothers do you mean, love? Ophus asked Issei. Velgea or Great Red? The other 2 are in the cardinal world, so I will visit them together. Issei explained his reasons for doing this. True, but when will you go to the cardinal world again? Ophus asked. Don't know, but I will firstly visit Gaia. Issei answered her question. After a few more minutes of talking between the two of them, Issei decided to went to the dimensional rift to talk to his little brother Velgaia. After he opened the rift and walked into it, we switched to a certain red dragon who is performing stunts and is being a dumbass. This was Great Red, or his original name Velgaia. Some of his titles was the DXD, or Dragon of Dragons, or the Dragon of Dreams. After Issei entered the rift, Great Red sensed his energy and was overcome by emotions of seeing his beloved brother again. He quickly flew to where Issei is. After getting to him, he saw the person who he thought he will see. It was his older brother. His black hair and blue eyes were recognizable. He looked exactly like he remembered him. Big brother, you are back. Great Red exclaimed in happiness. I am little brother, but I am not really himself. I am his reincarnation. Issei said back to him. But you have your memories and look exactly like you were back then, so I will keep calling you brother. Great Red said. That is fine by me, but I can't really spend a lot time with you. I have to get back to Earth to check on everything there. Issei explained his reasoning to his younger brother, who was down after hearing the news of his brother. I understand that, but please tell me, how is the cardinal world doing? This question was asked in order to spend a bit more time with his brother, even if it just a few seconds. It is good. We even have a new brother, answered Issei. Really? Nice, I was sick of being the youngest of us, Velgaia said. After he said that, Issei began to chuckle. Yeah, I am sure you were. With that said, I must go now. I still want to visit somebody. He cautioned. I am off now. Bye-bye, brother. With those words, the conversation concluded, and Issei went in a ripple into the dimensional gap and left the mentioned one. After this short conversation, which was a beautiful reunion between brothers, Issei went to the Orc, where he saw the entire club together in the room preparing for something. Ah, Issei. I wasn't expecting you to come here. What was it that you want? Rias asked Issei after she saw him entering the Orc room. I just wanted to see you all again, and I would like to tag along if you are doing anything. Issei answered the question and stated a fact at the same time. Ah yes, we were going to hunt a stray devil. I assume you know what I am talking about. Rias stated. I do. So let's go, I maybe have to do something later. Issei said and went to them. After this little conversation, Rias made a teleport circle which transported her peerage to an abandoned warehouse. Issei wasn't in her peerage, so he transported himself after he felt where they went. Without words, they went into the warehouse and saw a horrific woman. She had the upper body of a beautiful woman, and the lower part of her body was a disgusting deformation of legs. After the process was done, and Rias explained the rules of the evil piece system, and the different piece that are taken up by her peerage, the stray devil was finished and everybody left to do their own thing. Issei, on the other hand, went to the underworld. After the talk with Rias, Issei contacted Surzex and asked about the location of Venolana because he wanted to visit and see her again. He got the location and now was on the way to Venolana. Issei always got along with her because she was really nice. After he got to the location, he saw a massive mansion and rang the doorbell. A few seconds later, the door was answered and she was there in her beautiful form and clothing. Wait, is that you, Veldoquin? Venolana answered. In the last part. Is that you, Veldoquin? Venolana asked. No, it is nice seeing you again, Venolana. And yes, I am me, or rather the reincarnation of Veldonava. Issei answered her question, to which she adopted a rather confused look. Ah, what do you mean reincarnation? I thought you couldn't die. Venolana asked with the confused expression still on her face. I'll explain it to you. Issei sighed and went on to tell her the entire story to how he died till what happened up to now. So you had a biological daughter? Yes. Because of her birth your powers were cut, and you were killed by humans after that because they saw you as a threat. Also yes. And after you went on a date with a fallen angel, she revealed her wings and tried to kill you. Correct again. This all resulted into you awakening your memories again, and gaining your full powers again, and correct again. This is a lot to talk in. But why did you want to visit me in the first place, my handsome star dragon? Venolana asked. I came to check up on you after I heard what happened between you and Zeoticus. Nobody wanted to tell me the reason, so I wanted to ask you and comfort you. Issei answered her honestly. I had a divorce with him because he wanted Rias, our own daughter, in an arranged marriage. I wanted to stop it because the guy was a total douche. Zeoticus just wouldn't listen to me. Venolana went all her frustration out because she knew Issei would listen. I see, so that is the reason. Issei pondered to himself, why can't he just understand the feelings of his own daughter? Venolana continued her rants, just let it all out. I will hear you out. Issei reassured her. They talked a long time after that. In that time Issei was told all the details of this arranged marriage and was honestly disgusted at what is done her. He firmly believes that there should be love over everything in a relationship. After the entire rant was over, Venolana was passed out on top of Issei. She was brought to bed by Issei but wouldn't let him go from the side of the bed, so Issei decided to change himself using magic and tugged himself besides her so she could always feel him. They both slept a long time and were really comfortable around each other. We skip a bit amount of time from what happened in the last part. In that time the whole raid on the church happened and Raynare was also killed. Issei was there and watched everything happen. The only reason he was there was because he knew that Tomoki will awaken his sacred gear. This sacred gear was Epirus' bow. It is a good sacred gear, especially now that he is a devil. The reason for that is because the bow can shoot a lot of elements like darkness, fire, water, ice, wind and light in form of arrows. The arrows he uses get unlocked by how much he knows of the elements. He will also be immune to the elements he can use as arrows. They dealt with the fallen angels and the girl with twilight healing was resurrected as Rias Bishop. Kinda ironic this raid only took place because Tomoki wanted to save the nun with twilight healing. And that she as a nun is a holy being while she now is a devil. A bit later in time the orc was asked to come together for an important meeting. The entire orc was in the old school building in the main room. So what is this meeting about, Bachu? Tomoki asked Rias after everybody was there. You formed your first contract and today is full moon again, so I thought about getting you some familiars. Rias explained her reasoning. We see everybody getting out their familiars like Rias' bat or Kaniko's white cat. After they all showed their familiars, the door flung open, and in walked Sona with her peerage. I see, so you are also planning to go to the familiar forest? Sona asked, or rather stated towards Rias. Yes, and assuming you are here, you also wanted to go. Rias retorted. That is right, but only one person can go there per full moon. Sona stated. Well, we both want to, so let's settle this in a little match, shall we? Rias asked. I agree. Sona answered. They played a game of dodgeball. In the end Rias group won and were getting ready to go to the familiar forest. When they was almost done with the process of teleportation, they suddenly heard a voice. That was a nice match, Miss Gremory and her peerage. The voice said. Who are you? Identify yourself, intruder. Rias shouted. Why so angry, Miss Gremory? Said the voice as it revealed itself as Issei in his favorite robes. That just with black hair, and how I described him earlier in the story but without the horns. Ah, it is you, Issei. Rias calmed herself and let out a breath of relief. Yep, I heard you are going to the familiar forest, and I wanted to tag along. Issei explained why he is here. I don't see a problem with your explanation. Rias smiled at him. Who is he, Rias-san? That was asked by a cut blonde girl with innocent green eyes. Her name was Asia Argento. He is the true creator deity of the world. The biblical deity is like his son because he created him. Rias answered the question of the innocent girl. Yep, that is me. Elohim is such a good boy. Said Issei out loud. Can I remind you that this good boy is the same person who sealed me up in this damn sacred gear? Thought Drake to his partner. Your own thought for fighting with Albion when there is a world war going on. Thought Issei back. Well, with introduction being completed, let's go. Issei continued cheerfully. After everything was discussed, Rias transported her peerage, and Issei followed suit by himself. When they arrived at the familiar forest, they spotted a guy on a tree branch with weird-looking clothing. He was like Ash Ketchup on a few trips. Ah, if this isn't the Gremory princess. What brings you here today? The Ash on Crack said. I am here for a few familiar for my new pieces, Mr. Zatuji. Rias answered her question. So I assumed 3 familiar because I see 3 faces I never met in your company. Zatuji said. Actually just 2 because Issei is just here for fun. Corrected Rias. Damn right I am. Issei exclaimed. And who are you, or rather what are you? You don't feel like a devil. Stated Zatuji. My name is Issei Nava. I am a dragon. Issei said. Wait, Nava as in Veldonava? Zatuji asked. How do you know my other name? Issei asked back. After those words left Issei's mouth, Zatuji fell unconscious on the floor. He never expected to meet the creator himself. After a few seconds he sprung up and told the group to follow him. They went to a leak for an undine, and what came out was a massive bodybuilder. Later a slime fell on top of the girls and their clothes were erased. Issei had the decente to look away from the body of the girls. Just as he was about to date the slime, a little lightning bolt did it beaver him. Issei turned to see from where the lightning bolt came and saw a little blue dragon. Oh, a sprite dragon. You don't see these often, Zatuji exclaimed. Why is that? Issei asked. Well, there are almost extinct race of dragons, so they are rather rare to come across. Zatuji explained. Well, from what I know, sprite dragons like people with a good heart. And the lightning bolt firstly killed the slime of Asia, began Issei to say. I think you should take him as a familiar Asia. When he grows up he can be very strong. He finished. Oh, okay, I will, stammered Asia. After there was a contract formed between Asia and the sprite dragon, the group felt a rather large aura head towards them. Wait, that aura is that? No, it couldn't be right, said Drake, a little fearful. Oh shit, that is Tiamat, said Issei. Wait, you mean Tiamat? That Tiamat, Rias sputtered out. Yep, that exact dragon king or queen, but that should be the least of your worries right now. Issei more or less shouted out a bit. You need to go and retreat from here and I will hold her off. He continued. Wait, you want to do what? Rias shouted. I will hold her off and send somebody to help you escape. Come out, Minnie, Issei said. After he said these last words, a smoke came out of him and froomed a black-haired girl with red eyes and a fairly good complexion. She had a good figure and was very beautiful. What is it, master? Minnie asked. To that he responded. Get them out of here, I will fight against Tiamat. Issei ordered. I will, master. Come here, you brats, I will bring you out of here, or rather get you away from here. Minnie ordered the Gremry Peerage and Zatuji to come. After they gathered around Minnie, she teleported them to the outskirts of the forest. There she put a hologram from magic to let them see the fight. Back to Tiamat and Issei. After Minnie teleported the others away, Tiamat landed in front of Issei and got even more pissed. So you really came here, huh, Drake? Said Tiamat while slowly approaching Issei. Not really, I am just here because I was with the Gremry heiress who wanted to get her new pieces familiars, Issei stated. So your new carrier is a lowly devil under the peerage of somebody like the Gremry's Drake? Tiamat arrogantly stated while going towards Issei. No, he isn't. He was just with her because he found it interesting and maybe wanted to get a familiar himself, Drake stated. So your partner is just a human then, huh? It won't matter anyway, I will just kill him, Tiamat said, because she couldn't sense the true race of Issei because he is just constantly keeping in his aura. So you want to fight then, huh? Who am I to deny your request? But let's make this a little wager. Issei questioned her, and wanted to make this a bit more interesting. And what would that wager be? Tiamat questioned. If I win, you will become my familiar. And if I lose, you can order me to do one thing and kill me after that. I don't really care if you kill me after that, Issei said, but added as an afterthought, I would just revive in a few years anyway. Deal, said Tiamat. Well then, let's begin. After those words left his mouth, he quickly rushed to her and gave her an uppercut which sent her flying. Tiamat was shocked because she was just sent flying by what she believes is a regular human. She started grinning after that because he seems powerful even without the sacred gear. She readied herself and quickly sent a wave of chaotic flames at him. Issei immediately countered with white flames that made them collide and create a beautiful black and white fire tornado. His flames are as strong as mine? Tiamat thought, shocked to herself. On the other side with the peerage of Rias. Master is holding back, said Minnie. Really? Rias exclaimed. Of course, if he didn't, this fight would be over already, Minnie confidently stated. Back at the fight between Issei and Tiamat. Tiamat rushed towards him and readied herself to obliterate him. The black chaotic flames came to her claws and formed black claws when she slashed at Issei. Issei dodged and was so fast he left an afterimage behind. He readied himself to end the fight, and an orb made out of stars and nebula formed in his end. Tiamat got chills when she saw the sphere and started to sweat hearing the name. Galaxy's Judgment. She couldn't get away and got hit. She immediately went unconscious. The fight was finished with a victory for the true deity of creation. Just after the fight and dead Rias and her peerage came to the place where the Dragon King and true creator fight came to a close. Tiamat was still knocked out, and Issei was sitting beside her body waiting still. She woke up. "Whoa!" exclaimed Rias when she saw what became of this part of the familiar forest where Issei fought Tiamat. "I knew you were strong based on what brother said, but this is insanity." She added, "Well, I was still holding back. I didn't want to destroy the planet or universe," replied Issei. "Wait, you could do that?" Rias questioned. It was like that for a while where Issei and Rias just talked about a few things. This conversation stopped when Tiamat started to wake up. "Ugh, so I lost, heh?" "Host of Drag," Tiamat stated. "Well, it seems you did, and per our wager you will become my familiar," Issei said. "Yes, I will, but first I want to ask what you are, because you are way too strong to be a human, and I don't sense anything from you, so you must use magic to conceal your energy," Tiamat deduced. "Well, you are indeed correct, I am not a human. Rather, do you know Veldonava?" Issei asked her a question. "Yes, the creator of everything and the first and oldest of the true dragons." "But what does he have to do with any of this?" Tiamat countered with her question. "Well, I am Veldonava's successor or reincarnation. My name is Issei Nava," Issei answered. "Hey, you are the creator?" Tiamat asked, stupefied. "Yes, I am, but I think we should start the familiar ritual now, don't you think?" Issei said. "Yes, master," Tiamat replied. After she said that, a familiar ritual was made by Issei and Tiamat accepted to be his familiar. Tiamat transformed into a human form, which gave her a look like his death from Akane Ga Kill. And with that, we got another one for the harem boys. Thanks for watching this video. You really enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow the Black Fairy Knight for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story, link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.